Yo, man, interesting news, huh? I'm not gonna say I didn't see this coming because I was seeing bits and pieces of it here and there on Twitter and Facebook, and I was like, oh, that was a fan project. That's what I thought it was. But then it really hit to me last night when I was reading an article like, yo, this is being animated in Japan by Studio Shaft. Like, I've seen some RWBY fan made projects, especially on YouTube, 3D, they're all 3D, and like, that's cool. I like them. But I wasn't expecting an actual 2D anime be made by Studio Shaft, nonetheless. That's a very interesting choice there. But yes, RWBY is coming back. But instead of it being CGI, it's going to be 2D by one of the coolest and most interesting studios of all time in Japan. Studio Shaft, known for Monogatari series and Madoka Magica, and some others too. Those are the main two ones everyone talks about, anyways. But yes, this is very it's like it took me like whoa, I saw it coming, but it still hit me anyways, and I'm happy about this because, tell you the truth, I've lost a lot of interest in RWBY as the volumes went on by the poor writing, getting rid of characters I liked every single time, pushing certain characters in a certain way that they didn't need to go, and some of the stupid writing that happened, especially in 7 and 8. Some stupid writing. Oh my gosh, man. Like, some dumb writing. But, anyways, that's the point where I don't really care much about RWBY, nor do I even. Heck, I haven't been on where's the site is here? Discord, or even on a Facebook group page where I used to chat and post a lot, but not anymore. Because every time I do go back there, it's just full of shippers, full of freaking shippers. It's just annoying. But either way, hearing this like, wow, finally, it felt like a breath of fresh air. And it seems like it's the name of the anime, so we call it RWBY, the Ice Queendom. Yes, Queendom. I'm surprised they don't have to use that term ever, especially in this day and age. That someone will try to take it like, instead of kingdom, let's do queendom. And there are stories where the queen is the higher role. And of course, in our world too, there's places where the queen is the higher role. So you think they'll call it queendom sometimes. It has an interesting ring to it. I'm all down for it. So we see some character designs, and it seems like they're going back to the academy. Instead of it being, where the heck we are now, it's going back to a place where a lot of people thought it should have stayed, in the academy. And I kind of agree with that. Heck, we get Yang with both arms. We get Pura still alive. It's like a giant reset. It's like a freaking giant reset. I'm okay with that. But to tell you, but we don't know if it's canon. We don't know if it is canon. Is it in a way like a spin-off, like a side story that happened while they're in the academy? That could be it. It could be where they're just out there and it gets yanked out of their arms and Pyrrha's still alive. So they could be doing that kind of thing. It's possible. They're even going to make a manga of it too. And both Japanese and English dubs will be available when it releases. That is awesome. Well, anyways, now let's talk about this. Let's talk about the starting point of RWBY. There's a lot of discussions, but mainly two large ones. A lot of people are hoping that this is just them telling their own story, and that is it, no ties to the original series whatsoever. While others are hoping that it is going to be a canon, but it's going to be a reboot in a way, a restart. Let's fix this. I highly doubt that. But anyways, another discussion is how RWBY should have started from the very beginning. And once again, there are two discussions that I was seeing online. One is RWBY should have been an academy thing. It should have been like a hunter's exam. Like Hunter x Hunter. You ever seen Hunter x Hunter? Created by Yu Yu Hakusho. Um, really good, really good. Four guys hit the Hunter's exam for their own reasons, and they do very interesting and unique quests that are not always to deal with fighting, but the cooking, the surviving, the thinking, the first stroke of luck, all that decides whether or not you get your hunter's license. And you only get one and one only. You can sell it, all that stuff, you only get one. You lose it, that's it. You're screwed over. But anyways, the hunters like Hunter x Hunter was that kind of thing, which a lot of people wish RWBY was, since they're trying to become hunters and huntresses, instead of them going to a school, which you do go to school to learn things, but most of the times that's like college and stuff, where you go into a certain area to get that degree. But again, people wish it was more like a community college instead, where you go in for a while, then you take the exams, and then you get your license, and you go out, you know, like learning a trade. That's pretty much what it is. Being a hunter and hunters is like learning a trade. It shouldn't be a thing where you have to go to school constantly to do it. It's kind of ridiculous, in my opinion. It's like Hero Academia. There should be an entire high school thing for it. It's kind of weird to be an entire high school for it. It makes no sense to me. But either way, I do like the idea of that. Then the other one is they should have stayed in the school and go on their adventures and to the point they graduate. And then they go their separate ways and stuff like that. And they regroup here and there and they have their own stories. I actually would prefer both. Either way sounds good to me. The story shouldn't have been too much of the world saving and the gods and goddesses and Salem. Like that. There's even a fandom manga out there where there's no Salem. It starts off after volume 3, but a different direction. And they stick in the academy. They stick in around their areas and stuff like that. Um, its focuses more on the Grim and the White Fang and stuff like that, and even Mormon Tortrek. You know, a lot of people feel like it should have stayed like that as well. Them going on this adventure, and then they're kicking everyone's butt, even people who've been training years as hunters and huntresses, and just beating them and stuff, makes no sense. And the Silver Eyes thing makes no, they took that out too. RWBY failed her entrance exam, but she's being like Weiss's shadow guard, and she's fighting to become the ruler of Atlas, while Blake and Sun are out looking for. Gang and Sun are looking out for Blake, and John is seen as the hero to the people, because when things came crashing and burning, he was only there in his semblance. Which, ironically, this is before they revealed that his semblance was healing. He was healing in that fan manga, which was very interesting, which they used because he was healing himself in the first volume. We had that cut. So a lot of people were like, okay, that's good. I'm yammering above here. I'm only saying this because there's a lot of ways RWBY could have went. And the way it did, people feel like it's kind of the worst possible way it did went, you know? Like, it was given to a lot of people who weren't that well at writing stories, and because of that, it fell off and people stopped being interested in it. Hell, I don't see many people cosplaying it anymore. When it was booming and popping, everyone was cosplaying it. But not then. But yet again, there's still old shows out there that a lot of people still cosplay in a mass majority. So that says a lot. It didn't have much staying power as it could have if the story was better well written than it is now. Let's see if how this anime, will it boot back up the popularity of RWBY? Well, let's hope so. You know, I'd love to get excited about RWBY again because it's been such a long time. And I wonder how many episodes will this have. I know it's going to be good anime because by Studio Shaft. You can trust Studio Shaft with good anime. But I'm really hoping that it helps boost its popularity again. It's been a long time. So anyways, that's all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been the Madcrownxox on Anime, signing out.